Painting in watercolor doesn't have to be too complicated, doesn't have to be difficult, doesn't really have to be that complex. Welcome back to my channel. This is Dave Lowe from Get Some Colour in Your Life. Today's video, I'm just really having fun. It's a loose landscape painting, and for this video I'm going to be using Fabriano watercolor paper, which is £140 cold pressed, which has a nice texture to it, and I'm using my Schmincke Horadam watercolor pans. So you can see I've already started with a loose sky. For this I used a hair brush, probably a 1-inch hair brush looking at it. So it's just about I'm not messing around too much. This is probably the most I mess around with the sky. Usually I like to get things done quite quick and leave it so it's a fresh, loose sky. But I'm just removing some clouds and some darker tones with a towel, and then just going in and blending some other areas. Now I'm just adding some mountains for a bit of a backdrop, a bit of a background, and I want these quite far in the distance. So if you keep watching, you'll see how I paint these mountains. And I'm using my mop brush, which is quite a smallish mop brush, but it holds plenty of water, so they're really nice to use in landscape paintings like this. I think I've got 3 of these mop brushes, but they are really nice to use because they're a natural, I think squirrel hair mop brush, and so they do really hold plenty of water. And for these mountains, you can see what I'm doing. I've put in a darker tone, and then with a clean brush, damp, I've gone in and taken out a bit of a highlight just to give a bit of a sculpture to the mountains. So I'm shaping the mountains as I do this, which is really nice to do. It's quite fun, quite loose, and it gives a nice look to the mountains. So don't forget, the mountains I want in the background, so I'm not really too fussed on how they turned out. It's really going to be a nice background for this painting. So for any big areas that you're painting, like this foreground grass, quite a big area, for me I'd rather use different colours, just keep that space interesting, keep the painting interesting. I'd rather not do one big same colour area. So that's what I've done here, adding some yellows, some blues, just changing the green up somewhat. And now you can see I've done a little bit of a pencil outline. I think I wanted to add a building, some trees on the right hand side, and then I just wanted to add a sort of hill or the foothill of a mountain coming down on the back of the building. So again, for this I like to use different colours, just add different colours in, let them mix together on the paper. Oftentimes I do find it looks a bit fresher, it looks nicer when you let colours mix on the paper. There are times, don't get me wrong, when you can mix on the palette, which is always good, but a lot of times it is nice to let them naturally mix on the paper. You can see how I've done the trees as well, just a light shape, painting a light shape onto where I want the trees, the foliage, and then just going in, dropping in darker tones, adding blues, sap green, all these different colours, just to give variety in the trees. So I wanted to paint a bit of a red roof in this on this building, so that's what I'm doing here, just making it a bit more interest to the painting. Can you see here how the trees sort of come alive after you've had sort of 3 tones within the trees? So you got a light sort of first wash, then you go over with a mid tone, and then with the darkest tone it just sort of brings life to the trees. So it's something you can incorporate if you're not that used to painting trees. Just add the foliage. For me, I've just added almost like dots, really, so it just looks texture. So the foliage, it looks like leaves. It's a loose representation. Let me know in the comments what sort of materials you use. Do you use Schmincke Horadam paints? I know recently a friend of mine has recommended the super granulating Schmincke paints. Is that something they use? Please let me know in the comments. It is something that I would like to try. Just something different. I think all the time I like to try different materials, see what works best, see what I like. Just trying to find a different style or something that can complement the style that I paint in. But I do really like these Schmincke Horadam paints. I do find them quite vibrant, quite rich, quite easy to take from the palette, from the pans. They're quite easy re-wettable, so they are quite nice. I do like using these. Another one that I use is Graham, which is quite a new one that I've just bought a set of. So I do like those as well. Those are honey binding watercolor paints, so they're always almost always wet. You can touch them and you get paint on your fingers. It's really almost like a sticky sweet. But I do like the honey binded watercolors. They're really nice to use. So let me know what you use, what materials, what paper do you like, what brushes do you like. I know for me, I've always wanted to try the silver black velvet. I've not really got around to buying those yet, but let me know what you think, what materials you recommend. I really do appreciate all the comments that you do give. And also, if you do give us a thumbs up, it really does help this channel to grow. It helps my video and my content get out to more people. So I do appreciate that. Another thing I want to mention is we're actually going away on holiday, a family holiday, in about 2 weeks' time. We're going to Cornwall, which I'm really excited about. I'm planning to take hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures with my digital camera, and so I'm planning to do a bit of a series on painting Cornwall. Let me know in the comments what you think. if you've been to Cornwall, if you've done any paintings of Cornwall, it really is, it looks just so stunning. So I'm really looking forward to that. Let me know what you think on a series of Cornwall paintings. I really would appreciate any comments, any ideas that you've got. But that's what I'm planning to do, is make a bit of a series on painting Cornwall. So yeah, I'm really excited. If you're not from the UK, then just have a look at Cornwall UK and just have a look at some of the pictures. It looks absolutely stunning. So it's going to be really nice for me to paint. Now back to the painting, you can see I'm just adding some shadows just to give a bit of interest in the painting. So you can imagine the light coming from the right hand side, and it's coming through the trees and leaving a nice shadow from the trees. Just remember that painting doesn't have to be complicated, doesn't have to be complex, or just have fun. Use the paint, be loose, and just enjoy yourself. You got things you can add, things you can take away. Just try and make things interesting. You can add things to lead your eye through the painting. You can see I've put some post in the scene just to lead your eye through, and then I'm just adding a bit of pen just to highlight or to line some of the areas, just to emphasize some areas. It's all about having fun, so don't worry too much about the outcome. Just enjoy the process, and I guess you'll develop your own sort of unique style. It's something that I've struggled with for a long time, wondering my style. But I guess that's just it. The more you paint, the more you fall into a natural style, and that's how painting works. Just have fun with it. mess with colours, try different things. There's no right or wrong way. It's trial and error. We all learn as we do. But that's it. Please leave comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And that's it. I hope this painting helps. I hope it gives you some ideas. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.